Hi, I'm Chris Haigh and this is the Fiddle channel, and today we're going to play Dueling Banjos. Now, if like me, you've played far too many hoedowns and seen too many straw bales and too many cheap cowboy hats, then you will know that if you're playing in a band at one of these events, there may well be no banjo in sight, but somebody's going to come and say, do you know Dueling Banjos? And you'll groan and you'll roll your eyes with the rest of the band and you'll have a go at Dueling Banjos, despite the total absence of any banjo in sight. Thing is that as soon as people smell a hog roast or see a cowboy hat, then they will assume the presence of a banjo, even if there isn't one within 50 miles. So you do actually, as a fiddle player, have to at some point play Dueling Banjos. Just before we start, there's an interesting story, because I assumed, as most people assumed, that this was written for the film Deliverance in 1972. But in fact it was written in 1954 by Arthur Smith, a guitarist and banjo player, and he wrote it as a banjo instrumental. A very nifty version you can hear of him playing it. It sounds a bit like two bouzouki's playing, it's that kind of style. And come the 1972 film Deliverance, they used the tune without permission, without thinking, probably assuming it was traditional. And there was a successful lawsuit from Arthur Smith, and good luck to him. I hope he made lots of money out of it. On the film, there's a banjo player playing with a guitar player, and if you look closely, you'll probably fail to notice, but the banjo player is actually a young man who can't play the banjo, with his arms down and a pair of sleeves with someone else standing behind him with his arms through the sleeves playing the banjo, because they actually needed someone who could play, even though I don't think the player who played on the film is the actual sound that you hear. So you've got someone pretending to be the banjo player. But anyway, we're going to run through first of all the hesitant backwards and forwards before the rhythm comes in, and then we'll play the speeded up bit. So we start off with answered by, and something like, then we got, followed by, that repeats, and then we've got, I'm doing octaves just to kind of make the difference between the two players. Then finally it goes with D, answered by, back to A, answered again, then it goes up to E, and that is not actually repeated on E, it goes back to the A. So that bit you can more or less make up. It doesn't really matter what order those bits come in, although the A and the D and the E are quite important. And then the banjo breaks into proper rhythm and we get and that bit is important when it goes from the A to the A7, and you could be pretty well just messing around up to there, but when you hear that A7 then you know you're going to go to D. And for that bit you can pretty well improvise on the melody, providing that you stick closely to those chords, the D, the A, the E and the A. Then we're into so that's kind of the main body of the tune, and then it repeats back to where the rhythm first came in. There's a fancy little ending which doesn't work too well on the fiddle, but it sounds something like this. But that's really quite tricky on the fiddle, so I would suggest something more like kind of a shave and a haircut, and no one remembers what the ending is anyway, so just put something like that in. So if you're playing this with two fiddles, or a fiddle and a guitar, or a fiddle and a banjo, then it's going to work. People are going to love it. They're going to imagine the banjo even if the banjo is not there. So I hope you enjoyed this. I'll send you a copy. Hopefully won't be sued by Arthur Smith, but you never know. If you would like a copy, then do email me and I'll take my chances. Incidentally, the original was called Feuding Banjos rather than Dueling Banjos. I'm going to finish off playing it round with the banjo backing, and I'm just going to sort out the cat.